So you saw the thumbnail, you read the title. Today we're going to talk about 5 major expenses when it comes to living in Salem, Oregon. Those are going to be housing, salaries, childcare, food, and entertainment.
Yep, that's right. And we hope that this video will provide you with some helpful information that you'll be able to use to kind of determine if moving to Salem and affording Salem is going to be right for you and your family.
All right, let's get going.
So the first category that we're going to talk about is housing, because that typically seems to be a question a lot of people have on their minds when they're thinking about moving to a different state is how much does it cost for housing?
Yeah, that's right. And like most coastal states,
Mhm.
Salem is going to be more expensive, just like you would find in Washington, California, New York, all of these states along the coast. They're going to be a little bit more expensive than other parts of the country, but as far as Oregon goes, it's cheaper than
Yeah.
Portland.
Yeah, for
Probably
sure.
even cheaper, maybe a little bit than Bend.
Oh, for
Yeah,
sure. Bend is
and
more expensive. Yeah.
maybe a little bit on par or a little bit cheaper than Eugene as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
So larger cities in Oregon, Salem's a little bit cheaper than those.
The average cost of average price of a home here in Salem is around the mid 400s. And I think with Salem, just like any other place in the country right now, we are experiencing a housing shortage. So if you're moving here, you haven't purchased a home yet, you're going to be looking for something to rent. It is difficult to find a single family home large enough to rent. There's not as many of those out on the market, and when you do find one, you can expect to rent an average 3-bedroom home for about $2,500 a month.
Yeah, rent is going to be about $2,500 for a 3-bedroom home. Studio apartments probably like 12. 2-bedroom, 1-bedrooms, 15 to 1,800, and so on. Back to like buying a house, a lot of them are being built with ADUs.
Yes.
And there's also an increase in multifamily homes.
Yes.
Although detached single-family homes still have the majority here, but you are seeing an increase in those, which, if you were to buy one, they kind of offset the price of your monthly payment.
Right, and nice. If you don't know what an ADU means, it's an accessory dwelling unit, and it's just like it can be, it has to be less than 900 square feet.
Oh, actually I did not know.
Yeah, it has to be less than 900 square feet. But a lot of people, if you have enough room in the backyard or side of your house or whatever, you're allowed to put these up and rent them out. You can't Airbnb them. You can use them as a long-term rental. Well, I guess you can Airbnb them if you own the property. If you don't own the property, you can't Airbnb an ADU. But
if you were to rent a house with an ADU, you couldn't Airbnb. Is that what you're saying?
Correct. Well, yeah, you'd have to live on the property to be able to Airbnb that ADU.
Okay. And it has to be your primary residence.
Yes. Then you can do whatever you wanted with it. But a lot of people are using ADUs as long-term rentals or Airbnbs on their property to generate an additional source of income, which helps them afford the property.
Super helpful, yeah. When it comes to utilities, your total bill, with your electricity, cable, water, trash, everything is probably going to be roughly between $250 and $350 a month here.
Depending on how many teenage boys you have in the house,
that
takes
definitely
super long showers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
and I just went to a Home Builders Association meeting, and although we are less of a price for the average home than Portland and Bend and stuff, the incomes are a lot lower, meaning the affordability here, if you also work here, is just not as great as those other cities, which is going to bring us to our next topic, which is salaries.
Salaries, yes. So we hope that you're finding this video helpful, and just remember, if you are thinking about moving to Salem, give us a text, a call, email, because we've been helping folks relocate here for a while now, and we actually love it.
Yep, and as a mortgage lender and a realtor, we're the perfect little package to help you on your move. We have lived here for so long, and we know the area like the back of our hands.
And blindfolded.
All the things.
Yeah, so we can definitely help you out.
All right, so now we're going to talk about salaries. The absolute worst kind of vegetable. I don't know. Comment below your least favorite vegetable. There's nothing worth. There's no flavor. It's just water, and it gives you the runs.
It does not, does it?
Well,
It doesn't.
well, I don't know.
It's got fiber in it. It's not
That's
supposed to give you the runs.
oh.
Weird.
anyways,
Well,
anyways.
we're talking about the other kind of salary. Wages.
Oh,
Wages, dear. Wages.
okay.
Yeah. Like the green. It
Yeah,
is still green. It's
yeah.
money, but
But
yeah.
they're not much better than the vegetable here in Salem. So,
That's true.
so the median household income here in Salem is 89,000,
Yeah, it's
which
not bad,
isn't too
but
bad.
yeah.
Yeah, and we
But
have
compared, right?
compared to the bigger cities.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not so great, and compared to the housing prices, also like I was mentioning before, they could be a lot better.
Mm.
Minimum wage is pretty good though.
Yeah.
14.20 an hour here in Salem, which is almost double the federal minimum wage. Which I don't. Can you believe that?
I can't even understand how anybody could live off of $7.25 an hour.
I don't
I just
know.
don't get it.
Yeah.
But anyway.
So I feel like personally, I feel like 14.20 is pretty fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially if you're going to be living here.
Yep. And then, healthcare, social services, education, positions related to state government and stuff like that. Those make up a lot of the jobs here in town. And I think
they get paid pretty well.
Yeah, and I think actually a quarter of all Salemites, as we're called, are employed with the state.
Oh yeah, state jobs are
positions,
huge here
Mhm.
in the capital city.
Yep.
Of course. And also, not just Salem, but Oregon as a whole has amongst the highest tax
Yeah.
when it comes to income tax.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something to watch out for. But as you'll see later in the video, we are talking about food and entertainment, and we do not pay a sales tax on those things.
Right.
But the next thing we're going to talk about is childcare.
Yes. Okay, so the next category we're going to talk about is childcare, and childcare is such a huge integral part of a family's kind of overall needs. I mean, if you have kids and you're moving to any state, I think the very first thing that you should be kind of researching, in addition to the cost of housing, is affordability for childcare and like what your options are in that state or even town. And so here in Salem, I think the bag is kind of mixed when it comes to childcare. Some folks, feel that there's enough options or the affordability is there, and other people feel the exact opposite. You can expect to pay on average for childcare about $16 an hour,
right? Which makes it tough when you're
child.
you're not a high income earning family,
right?
But you still need to make two incomes. It's like, is it really worth it to work or just have one partner stay at home with the kid?
Right. And I think the reason why childcare is still so expensive. I mean, obviously it's childcare and they're caring for your child, but it's also that whole supply and demand thing, right?
Yeah.
Economics 101. When you don't have a lot of something, the things that are available are more expensive because they're limited in supply and whatnot. So
and according to a Statesman article from 2019, all 36 counties in Oregon are considered a childcare desert.
Yeah.
So when you have not so many places to take them, obviously you're going to be paying a lot because they can increase their prices based on demand.
Yeah, and that article was from 2019, but I don't see how COVID could have created more childcare facilities.
Right. So it's probably only gotten worse since 2019.
Yeah, that's probably, I would say that's probably a safe bet.
Yeah.
So
well, since the 1990s, childcare the tuition has doubled.
Right.
Since the 90s.
Right.
Only in 20 years.
Yeah. And my youngest son is 16 now, and my oldest is 19, and I remember paying over $1,000 a month for both of them when they were going to their childcare / preschool, provider. So, and that
2010-ish, 2009.
Yeah, and so I mean, I can see where it's going to be probably over $2,000 a month now.
Yeah. So you want to make sure you research, right?
Yes,
before coming here.
Yeah, we'll have some links in the description of our video where you can kind of, use those links to research availability of childcare and kind of the types that are here. If you're looking for in-home or actual like childcare, provider centers, things like that, preschools, we'll have some links for you in the video below. Or the description.
On to food, my favorite topic.
Yeah.
unless it's celery. All right, so my favorite topic to talk about on this list is going to be food. And when it comes to groceries, we are just right along the line of the national average. So wherever you're moving from, you won't be in too much of a shock when it comes to buying your groceries. We don't even have a sales tax. So that'll be nice. What you see on the price tag is what you're going to pay.
Yep.
We do have discount grocers.
Yeah,
Talk a little bit about those.
Yeah, I love our discount grocery options here in town. Wheeler Dealer is a liquidation, small liquidation type grocery store, has home goods, things like that. That's always fun to go there and pick up kind of like new little things that you haven't been able to try or whatever, but the prices are awesome.
Nice.
There's a Grocery Outlet.
Grocery Outlet, which is fun. They have a big wine selection.
I know, and cheeses too are really good too.
Jesus Christ. On a cracker. We also have a Winco, kind of your big box grocer, discounted grocer. That's my main.
Oh, I go there all the time.
My main, whatever you want to call it.
Your main squeeze.
My main squeeze for groceries. Yeah, it's going to be your Winco.
Yeah.
They have one in South Salem and North Salem.
Yes.
And maybe Kaiser.
I have friends who don't like to go to Winco because you have to bag your own groceries. But I'm like, that's one of the reasons.
Pussies. Like, come on now. It doesn't take very much effort to put your fucking groceries into a box. I bring this big old box, right? And everything it's so fast.
It
doesn't take any time at all.
Right.
If you mess around with those little ass bags, then it's going to take some time.
Then it's going to
But we're getting off track, though.
That's true.
Yeah. And you know why the cost of the groceries may vary depending on your diet. Like if you're a bougie ass and you're going to Trader Joe's and natural groceries every day, it's going to be expensive. But on average, you can expect to pay about $300 to $400 a month per person.
Yeah. Or if you use coupons or something like that, it could be a lot less. But whatever, it's spending habits and eating habits will definitely determine your overall budget.
Yeah. So how much do you spend on a family of 4?
Okay, so I have 2 teenage sons who eat like crazy. So we probably spend $250 a week on groceries. So we are at Costco a lot.
Yeah.
Like
Costco,
several times a week.
Well, we just have the one Costco.
Yeah.
But
which is new, by the way.
So you're probably going to spend about $1,200-ish, $1,000 to $1,200 a month on that. But if we're going out to eat.
Yes.
Which is your run-of-the-mill, one of a million burrito restaurants here, or your food trucks, the yard, whatever, you're probably going to spend between $10 and $15 without tip for like an entree.
Right.
Yeah. So I feel like that's pretty average with the way inflation is going throughout the nation. It might be, I think it's pretty average. I've been to a lot of other states, and that seems to be kind of on par. Yeah,
I mean, it's definitely gotten more expensive. Don't get me wrong, but every place has gotten more expensive. I mean, it's not as affordable as it was to go out to eat. And I mean, we can spend as a family like $80 going out to eat. So we don't do that as much
if we're going to go to like a sit down restaurant, like a decent, nice place downtown, that's probably, $20 to $25.
Yeah. And it
you
used to
get
be
a decent steak and
like 40, 50.
Yeah, exactly. You get a drink or so. And then of course there's higher end restaurants where you're going to, spend $50 for an entree and a drink or something.
Yeah. The other thing that I would say too about food and the food scene and costs here is that we have in the last couple of years started to see a lot more newer restaurants moving in. So adding to the variety. So that's been nice.
Yeah, there's definitely been an influx of really nice, cool restaurants coming in.
Yeah, either some chain ones or are they called chains? Yeah.
Franchise Chick-fil-A ones. And In-N-Out and stuff like that. Yeah.
Bag of Crab is our newest one. Anyway,
I've only had that once.
Yeah, I've never had it, but
wait.
Did you have it?
The restaurant?
Oh God, I knew that was coming. Oh,
entertainment.
Yes,
we're going to talk about that coming up. So, if you're looking for cheap entertainment, Salem has you covered. I mean, that does come with a kind of price because we don't have any big venues. So the entertainment might not be quite up to your standards, but we do have a lot of free options, a lot of amazing parks.
Yes.
What's your favorite park?
Okay. It just kind of depends. It's either Busch Park. I would say it's Busch Park, but I also really like Minto Brown Park. In the summer, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Minto Brown Park is amazing.
They have an
It's
amazing dog park there.
1,200 acres of like developed
Trails
trails.
and
Yeah, so bike
water
riding,
front type
running,
stuff.
actually swimming. They have a triathlon now called Ironman
Yes.
every year. One of the best courses for running in the triathlon or in the Ironman series. But if you want to pay a little bit of money,
Yeah.
there are live music, and sometimes they're free. Sometimes there's a cover charge, depending on the band and how high profile they are.
Willamette has presentations and concerts and things like that, and all the different colleges that you could go to. So.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to cost you too much. Probably between like $20 and $50 per ticket for these kind of events.
Go see a play.
Go see a play. They have
several theaters in town.
They have art shows and craft shows, and you can holiday market festival.
Oh my gosh!
Things,
until you
galore.
Drop in the holiday season. In fact, there's a whole bunch of them coming up that we were looking at for Christmas, and then all of the wineries around here that we're surrounded by all have events for Thanksgiving or after Thanksgiving. I'm gonna be taking my father-in-law to one the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and a lot of those things are free or very low entry fee,
like $5-10.
Yeah, like all these vineyards sometimes they have like yoga or goat yoga.
Oh yeah,
which is
we're gonna
like
try that.
$10-$20 to do that.
Yeah. So there's a lot to do.
There is, yeah. Lots of Saturday market, farmers markets. Yeah.
And Saturday market starts in March and goes until October. So it runs for quite a while every Saturday. Yeah. And then there's farmer markets and all that kind of thing.
And in my opinion, it's a lot better than Portland. Saturday market. But that's just me.
It's in a nicer location.
And it's clean. Yeah.
It doesn't smell.
Doesn't, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of free or low cost entertainment here in Salem, but you're not gonna see all your big pop stars and whatever. But we do live 40 minutes south of Portland, so if you want to do that, it's not very far, and they all go there.
Make a night of it. Go up there, spend the night, go to the concert, whatever.
Yeah.
Take your time getting back home.
Come on back.
Yep. So we hope you found this video helpful, and remember to like and subscribe so that way you won't miss any new content that we put out about what it's like to live, work, and play in Salem, Oregon.
That's right. And if you have a real thirst for knowledge about everything Salem, click on one of these recommended videos on the screen for you right now, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.